finally did it! Tyler proposed to me tonight! Oh my god, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. It was like a proposal straight out of a movie or something. He brought us to our favorite restaurant, but he completely rented the place out. It was just the two of us. Not only that, he hired a 5-string quartet to perform for us the entire night. He arranged everything with the chef at the restaurant to give us a special course meal based on all my favorite foods. At the end of the dinner, he popped the question, and of course I said yes. How could anyone say no after a night like that? What a romantic proposal. I sure wish your dad did something like that for me. He just brought me to the beach and asked. Honestly, Tyler could have brought me to Burger King and proposed, and I still would have said yes. I've known for a while that he's the one for me. I wanted you to be the first person I told, though. It sounds like he doesn't want to waste any time and start planning things right away. That's so great, honey. I'm so happy that you found the man of your dreams. And that's great that he wants to move everything along so quickly. It goes to show he really can't wait for you to be his wife. Yep. He already showed me a couple of places that he was thinking about for a venue. They all look so beautiful. We're going to start looking at them next weekend. Let me know if you need help with anything. Actually, that reminds me. You still haven't met his parents yet, have you? I haven't, and it's kind of a touchy subject with him. But I think now it's inevitable. His dad actually passed away last year, so right now his only family is his mom and his sister. He's been kind of weird and secretive about why he doesn't want me to meet them. I didn't want to force anything, so I always just said I understood. It sounds like they don't have the best relationship. Family relations can be complicated. Not everyone is lucky like our family. We get along so well, but that's not true for everyone. I know. But I think it's for that exact reason that I've always wanted to meet her. I'm used to being close with family that I can't really imagine it being any other way. Well, I'm sure you'll be meeting them sooner rather than later now. Maybe bring it up again? I'll try and feel it out and ask when the timing's right. That's a good idea. Be sure not to force anything, though. Especially if he's not comfortable with it to begin with. You know, I had a really bad relationship with my mother, too. She really treated me badly and hurt me emotionally and physically. Even to this day, I don't really like to talk about it that much. If Tyler is the same way, which I think he is, I doubt he'd really want to be pressed about the issue. Yeah, I know you and Grandma never got along. But she used to be really bad to you from what I remember. I have no idea the reason why Tyler and his mom don't get along, so I don't want to assume anything. But don't you think it needs to happen eventually? It's not like she ran off and doesn't know where she is. They will still see each other once in a while. That's why I think it's a bit weird that we haven't met yet. Their relationship is obviously not terrible. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother seeing each other. Sophie, you can't just assume that. Despite him seeing her, he still doesn't want to talk about her or have you meet her. There's definitely something there. Yeah, I guess. I wish I would have gotten to meet his father. By the time we started dating, he was already pretty sick and in the hospital. He said he really wasn't in the condition to be meeting people. For that type of thing, I totally understood why he didn't want me to meet him. But the whole thing with his mom is still a mystery. My advice is to just take it slow and leave it up to his judgment. Don't make him uncomfortable just because you think it's strange not to meet his family. It sounds like a touchy subject. You're right. I guess there are a million other things to be thinking about right now. You're going to come help me pick out a wedding dress, right? I don't think I ever saw the photos of you and Dad at your wedding. I want to see what you guys look like, and I want to see you in your dress. Oh, I'll have to look through our old photo albums to find those pictures. They're probably so embarrassing. And yes, of course, I'll come with you to choose your dress. What kind of mother would I be if I said no to that? Thanks, Mom. You're the best. Anyway, I gotta go now. Thanks again for all the warm wishes. Congratulations again. I'm so excited for you. Thanks. I'll keep you posted with everything. Tyler, I'm still in disbelief of the other night. You've made me the happiest girl in the world. You deserve it. You've made me the happiest man on earth for as long as I can remember. I can't wait to call you my wife. Are you still down to take a tour of a few venues this weekend? I've heard if we don't reserve something well in advance, it just gets harder and harder to find a good place. Yes, of course. I'm so excited to start getting everything. There's actually one more spot that I just found that I like the best so far. It's out east right on the water. This super famous Instagram model I follow just got married there and it looked great.
Sure, send me the link to it later and I can take a look. I have a feeling the guest list is gonna get out of control. There are so many people I want to invite and I know I won't be able to invite them all.
Same here. I have a huge family and with all my friends, I think it'll get close to over 150 people just for my side. We're going to need to rent out a stadium to hold everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, we'll definitely have to make some cuts.
Yup. Definitely looking forward to meeting a bunch of your friends and family I haven't met before. Actually, on that topic, I wanted to ask you about something. Do you think I can finally meet your mom and sister? I know that you don't have the best relationship with them, but we're engaged now. I really want to meet them.
I really don't think that would be a good idea. Our relationships are really complicated.
I get that, but it would really mean a lot to me. You know how close my family is. It just wouldn't sit right with me if I never get to meet my husband's family.
To be completely honest, I was planning on just skipping meeting them altogether and having you see them at the wedding. I can't avoid inviting them, so I figured you could just meet them there.
I can't meet your family for the first time at our wedding. This isn't some second cousin we're talking about. It's the woman who gave birth to you.
Yeah, but it's not that simple. I really want to limit your exposure to them as much as possible.
Okay. If you really don't want me to meet them, then I guess I have to accept that.
I know that you'll have to meet them eventually, but I want to hold off as long as I can. My mom is not the nicest person, and paired with my sister, it can get pretty unbearable. She was pretty bad to begin with, but it's gotten worse ever since my dad died. I just get the feeling that she's going to be rude or something and scare you away.
Tyler, I'm not going anywhere. She could dump a glass of water on my head and call me names and I still wouldn't run off. I'm here to stay, babe. No matter how bad you think she is, I will persevere. I know you two don't have the best relationship, but you said it yourself that I'll have to meet her eventually. Why not now? I just want to say one last time that it would really mean a lot to me if I could, though.
Fine. I'll try and set something up with the two of them. Don't say I didn't warn you beforehand, though.
Thank you! I'm sure everything will go fine.
Don't say I didn't warn you, though.
Tyler, is that you? Oh, I feel like I've been waiting forever. What took you so long? Was there traffic or something? And so you must be Tyler's girlfriend. My, you're so pretty. Why, thank you. It's lovely to meet you. I'm Sophie. Hey, what's up? I'm Tilly, Tyler's younger sister. Is there a reason why you decided to meet someone like my brother? You must be crazy or something to want to date a loser like him.
Hey, shut up, will you? Mom, Sophie brought this. It's some chocolates we can share later.
Oh my! You didn't have to buy something so expensive. These are from that new Belgian specialty shop that opened last month. They look delicious. Thank you so much. Come on in, you must be hungry, right? But I'm afraid I haven't prepared much. Actually, I'm quite nervous, so I'm not sure I'm that hungry. Thank you. It looks great.
You have guests and didn't bother to prepare anything? I told you that we were coming for dinner. Why wouldn't you say something if you weren't going to make or get dinner?
No, it's okay. Maybe she didn't have enough time today? This looks wonderful. It's really not a problem at all. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet me. I've wanted to meet you for so long. Are you sure? Well, anyway, since we'll be a family, it'll be quite hard to prepare something for all of us. So I thought I'd just whip up something basic real quick. I hope you don't mind. And like Sophie said, it's really not a problem, right? But still, maybe I should have prepared a cake. Oh, and sorry to change the subject, but did you hear? Tyler's father passed away last year. Yes, I heard it happened not long before we met. It must have been so hard. I'm terribly sorry for your loss. Well, yes, but it's quite all right. If it wasn't for that good-for-nothing man, our lives would be different. Let's talk about something else, shall we? Besides, Mom, I told you not to talk about things like that. Ooh, say, Sophie. That bag is designer, right? It looks so expensive. Yeah. It's not a lot, but I have 1 or 2 bags for important occasions like this. I thought since I'm meeting Tyler's family, I really should make somewhat of an effort to have some nice things. Wow. I have to say I'm quite jealous. Mom, do you have any idea how expensive that is?
Oh, is that so? Is it really that expensive? Just 1 bag? My word. Isn't that a little wasteful? I mean, forgive me, but you must be rich to afford a bag of that quality, no? Mom, why would you even ask something like that? You literally met her 2 minutes ago and you're already asking about how much money she has? It's okay, Sophie. Ignore her. You don't have to reply. I only asked as it's important, seeing as you're getting married. After all, we are family, aren't we? I'm just curious as to how you can use money here and there so freely. Is a mother not allowed to ask this kind of thing?
It's not like that. I'm really not one to waste money at all. In fact, quite the opposite. Me and Tyler got a job at around the same time, so we've gradually been saving whatever we can and putting it aside. I've also got into investing recently, so although it's small, I have an apartment in Queens.
Sophie, no, you shouldn't have said. Wow! Where is it? Do you have a picture? Oh, please do tell me more. It must have been fairly pricey. How wonderful.
It wasn't too much. I managed to find a good little place that is in a developing area, so it wasn't as much as you may think. It's in a good spot to get from here to there, so we took the opportunity when it came around and bought it. Thankfully, my mom helped us out a lot with the finances, too.
I see. Well, congratulations. To the both of you, I mean. Wow, it seems you both must be working very hard to be able to afford an apartment.
I appreciate all the compliments, really. But actually, it is quite a small apartment. It's not that big at all. You know how New York can be.
Oh, really? So are you planning to start your newlywed life there? You already know that, so why are you asking? What are you going to do anyway? We already know you're not going to help, so you don't need to make such a fuss.
Hey, Tyler, come on. There's no need to be like that. There's a bit of distance between the apartment and our workplace. So using the money we've saved, we think it'll be a good idea to get a place closer to our office. It takes a while getting to work, and considering the time and cost of the commute, it's like we're earning money just to spend it these days. So we're searching for a place closer to work and have had a rough look at the marketplace.
Oh, is that so? My word, so smart. So diligent. I like the way you think about the future. Hey, Tyler. I asked what I wanted, and that wasn't so bad now, was it? So then, why is it you keep interrupting me as rudely as you are? Because you're talking far too much about money. Is there nothing else you want to ask Sophie about? Or is it just her financial situation that you're interested in? Well, you know, naturally, this is the reality of marriage. Should, in the extremely unfortunate event the pair of you both die, the issue of money will surely have to be dealt with. I mean, just look at me. I met your father, and now look at the struggle I'm in. But even so, you guys have found yourselves an apartment, so I feel relieved to that degree. Anyway, when do you plan on getting married? Have you decided on a date yet?
Actually, we're planning on getting married within the year. I wanted to ask you first. Would it be okay to go forward with the marriage preparations?
Why, of course! You have my permission and full support. Oh, I'm so relieved that you're such a lovely girl. My Tyler is really lucky to have you.
Thank you so much for saying so. I'm truly flattered. Yeah, I guess it's okay with me too. How deep into Queens are you? Are you close to Brooklyn at all? Yeah, Brooklyn isn't too far away from where we're at. Nice! My office is also in Brooklyn. We're probably pretty close to one another and never even knew it. Oh, really? So you must know the area well then. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Tilly, stop talking and go eat or something. Mom, can we just eat? Okay. Please, dig in, everyone. Tyler, you are so very cold towards your old mother. You know that, right?
Oh? He's not normally like this, are you, Tyler? Maybe he's nervous. Babe, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's just eat already.
Why did you make it seem like your mom was going to be the devil? She seemed totally fine to me.
But she was bad. The second she met you, she already started asking about money. That's the type of person she is.
I mean, it's not totally out of the ordinary to bring up finances before getting married.
Yeah, but it's weird when it's within minutes of meeting you for the first time. And it's not like she's just casually interested. She's asking because she wants to know what she can get out of you. She's so selfish.
Well, I didn't get that impression, and I was fine with everything. Your sisters seemed pretty interesting, too. They were both just fine, if you ask me.
I've known them much longer than you have. Trust me, if you think they're not bad, you just haven't seen their true side yet. I really dread you being around them more.
Oh, stop. I think you're overreacting. Who knows? Maybe they've changed now that they know you're getting married.
If they've changed, it'll definitely be for the worse. Now they have another victim they can try and manipulate to get what they want. Be on your toes at all times.
Jeez, Tyler, they're not assassins or something. Try and lighten up. Now that we've cleared step one, I think it's time we arrange a time for my family to meet them. I don't want them to meet each other on the day of the wedding. I was thinking maybe we could all get together in a couple of weeks.
I really have a bad feeling about that. Are you sure they can't just meet each other the day of the wedding?
No way. That would be so weird. I want them to meet each other soon. Especially now that I know your mom isn't as bad as you say she is.
Fine. If you're not going to listen to me, then let's do it. But I already have a really bad feeling that something is going to happen.
You worry too much. I think everything is going to be fine.
Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Nice to meet you. I'm Sophie's father.
Why, hello there. I'm Tyler's mother. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Oh, no. I assure you, the pleasure is ours. To think my little Sophie is getting married. It's quite an odd feeling when you think about it, isn't it? You're quite right. I never imagined this day would come so soon. Hopefully now my little Tilly will find herself a husband sometime soon also. Oh, forgive me. Where are my manners? This is his little sister, Tilly. Hi. Nice to meet you, Tilly. Well, aren't you two just so stunning? Like mother, like daughter. Oh, thank you. It's no surprise Sophie has grown up to be a beautiful young lady just like her mother, too. You're far too kind. So did the pair of you give the general rundown about the wedding? They've both refused any and all gifts from us. They are strictly prohibiting any kind of support from us. And the pair have already prepared the wedding venue and furnishings by themselves despite my attempts to help. But you already knew all of this, I presume. They did? Actually, no. I haven't heard anything about that.
Mom, it's fine. We are in a good enough situation where we don't need financial support for the wedding. It's okay. We intend to proceed with our marriage the way we decided.
Oh, no. It might just be our opinion, but that doesn't mean you listen to what your mother has to say. Marriage is one of life's most important things, so we really should take care with these preparations. Besides, now that we're all almost family, I think it's best if we speak frankly with one another. So, is there anything in particular that you would like to see at the wedding? Let me think.
No, it's okay. She doesn't need anything. We've already spoke, and I think my mother is just dawdling now, don't you? We can discuss further details a little later on.
Ah, yes, that's right. It's nothing. Everything seems great. From what I hear, Sophie is trying her best to save lots of money here and there. So I'm sure both of them and the wedding will turn out fine. There's absolutely nothing I need.
Oh, very straightforward and to the point. I like it. In that case, since there's nothing else to discuss and things are looking very positive going forward, I guess we'll see you again on the wedding day. Yes, that sounds wonderful. See you then.
Hey, Sophie, can I ask you something? By any chance, did anything strange happen when you met Tyler's mother? Huh? Strange? What do you mean? Tyler hyped her up to be really mean or something, but when we met for the first time, I didn't get that impression at all. If anything, I thought she was totally fine. What do you mean, though? Did you notice something I didn't? It's the strangest thing. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something that's a little bit off about her. I totally get the feeling that her and Tyler don't get along. He seemed so tense around her. I guess I got that impression too, but I just figured he was nervous about everyone meeting each other for the first time. I don't know. I want to just be as friendly and cordial as possible around her. But I am kind of getting nervous now that you're bringing up how she's a little bit off. I'm sorry. I don't mean to freak you out or anything. It's just my intuition and I could be totally off. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that she doesn't seem like a very transparent person. I feel like she's somewhat hiding her true intentions. Oh, really? You have been known to read people well. What kind of feeling did you get? Well, I'm not sure. I can't say I've experienced someone quite like her before. Please do forgive me if I'm coming across rather harshly, but it felt like she was hiding her discomfort through her smile during our conversation. There was an air of unease about everything she said.
Now that you mention it, I thought so too. It's nice to be able to see someone's intentions clearly, but that's obviously not the case here. It's a tough one. Even so, your mother is very good at reading people, so I trust her intuition. And in that regard, I'm sure you'll be able to read people just as well. Right, Sophie?
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Going forward, if I see anything strange, I'll consult Tyler about it. Listening to what you've said, if I think back to when I met his mother, Tyler was also kind of cold then, too.
Really? In what way?
It's hard to say, but he suggested I don't introduce myself to his mother and go straight to the wedding plans. He was a little avoidant of me meeting her.
What? Not introducing yourself? That is kind of a strange thing to suggest to your future wife.
Yeah. And you know, his father actually passed away not long after we met. So I thought he didn't really want to talk about his family that much. That's why I've never sat down with him and really spoke about his family in great detail.
I see. Perhaps it'd be a good idea if you have a chat with Tyler when you see him next.
Yeah, me too. I'll definitely try and talk to him next time.
Hey, Sophie, it's me, Carol. Sorry to bother you. Are you busy?
I'm not too busy right now, so I can chat for a while. Is everything okay?
I was wondering, do you have any free time this evening?
This evening? Yeah, I have time, I think. I can manage to finish a little earlier just in time to leave work, so I should be fine.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Then if it's no trouble, could you let me know where your work is? I'm nearby, so we can go for dinner together tonight.
I work at the same place as Tyler, so you know the address already, right?
Oh? Oh, well, you know, Tyler really isn't the type to tell me much, so... Mothers and sons are all the same. You know how it goes. Anyway, could you send me the address?
Well, actually, I have an idea. I know a good restaurant nearby, so how about I'll tell you the address? We can meet and have something to eat together there. Coming all the way here will be quite exhausting for you.
Come now, Sophie. Is it that hard to tell me where you work? If not, could you just tell me the name of your workplace? I'll find the address myself and come.
Do you still really not know the name of Tyler's job? He is your son, after all.
Huh? No, of course I know, but he told me and I must have forgotten. So if you could just remind me one more time.
Do you know what? I'm actually a little busy right now, but I'll send you the address via message, okay? Don't worry about the bill. I'll sort that out. I'll see you at the restaurant. Bye-bye.
Hey, is everything okay? You're making a weird face while you're texting right now.
It was my fiance's mom. A few days ago, we met to discuss wedding plans.
Oh yeah, that's right. How did it go? Is everything sorted?
On the surface, it didn't seem like there were any big problems. But since then, things have seemed to have gotten a little strange. My mom told me to keep an eye out, monitor the situation, and ask Tyler. But I haven't had the chance or time to talk to him about it. And then today, all of a sudden, his mom gets in touch with me to suggest we go for dinner? Like, what's up with that? Things seem a little off, right?
Huh? Why? What seemed off about that? It's just dinner, no? Seems pretty normal to me.
Well, I'm just speculating, but her relationship with Tyler doesn't seem too good either. Whenever they're together, he tends to be quite cold and always cuts her off when she wants to say something.
Doesn't seem to have a good relationship with his mum. That's not a good sign. Is there something more?
It's just, even if you're not on good terms with each other, how do you not know where your own son works? It felt like she was so persistent about asking the name of our workplace.
What? That's an odd thing not to know about your own family. I mean, it's just possible she might not know, but the fact she was so persistent is certainly kind of odd. How strange.
Right? I'm not sure what I should do. First, I'll go make a quick call. I think I should talk to my boyfriend about it.
Wait a minute. Why do you have to talk to him? Why not just go?
Huh? What are you talking about? If it involves my boyfriend, then it's only right that I let him know.
It seems like he's hiding something. Something important. I like to think I know Tyler quite well. And while I think he wouldn't be hiding something too crazy from you, I could be wrong, right? I don't know, it's just a thought. He's your boyfriend, so I guess it's only you that can find out if he's hiding something.
Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go alone. After all, if I tell him, it'll only end up making him feel bad for no reason.
Just listen to my marriage advice and give it a try. Confirm anything you're uncomfortable with or don't know, and then go from there.
I guess you're right. I'll give it a go. But why is this so hard? Is marriage always supposed to be this difficult?
Merging two families together is never going to be easy, right? Come on, just pull yourself together and go. Got it? Some things just have to be done.
You're right. Okay, thanks for the advice. I'll grab you a coffee tomorrow.
Wow, would you look at that? This restaurant really is quite fancy. Although, if we met in front of your work, we could have met a lot quicker. Is your work quite far from here?
Yeah, it takes a little while, so coming all the way from there was quite exhausting. But I thought meeting here would be a lot more comfortable for you. It wasn't too much trouble coming here, was it?
Well, as you know, I don't own a car. I had to take the subway and then the bus. And then the subway again, which was quite tiring, but I got here in the end, so all is fine.
I see. So, shall we eat? I'll go and get our food ordered in just a second. What would you like to eat?
Oh, just order whatever you feel will be enough. I'm just your boyfriend's mother, so you don't need to buy me anything too special.
I'll order here. Restaurants these days are all about using QR codes to order your food. I'll order from my phone.
Oh, how very interesting.
Okay, that's all ordered. But I have something I'm a little curious about. Do you mind if I ask?
Oh, really? I also have a lot I want to ask, but by all means, please go first.
Well, by any chance, do you and Tyler not get along very well? Every time you guys speak, it feels kind of awkward and a little tense. And Tyler's face always seems to look so gloomy. It's got me quite worried recently.
Huh? No. My dear, that is not the case. Tyler was a little called back at the house, that's true. But if he's good to you and treats you well, then everything is fine, right? Were you really worrying yourself about all that? Surely you'd feel more comfortable with a mother-in-law who is awkward with her son than a mother-in-law who is far too overbearing, no?
No, I mean, nothing could make me more comfortable, believe me, but I was worried that there was something bad going on between the two of you.
Now. What bad thing could possibly be going on, No need to worry at all. Did you ask everything you needed to? Then it's my turn to ask now.
Yes, please. Ask away.
This has been on my mind for a while, and I just have to ask. Both of your finances will become one and the same, no?
Sorry? What exactly are you getting at? I'm not quite sure what you're trying to ask here.
What I mean is, if we are going to become one big happy family, we have to share and help each other. That's the real way to become family, right? I'm fairly sure you know that, too.
Well, yes, that is true. And so?
You said that you were going to look for a house to lease or rent closer to work anyway, right? So, the apartment that you have now, you don't need it, right? Then I would like to use it.
Excuse me?
Why are you talking about the apartment all of a sudden?
You work at the same place, so I'm sure you know, but his annual income is very high, and to that degree, he has supported me a lot during his time at home. But when you get married, I'll have to live without Tyler and his fairly handsome income.
So, you mean you want financial support, is that right? But even so, I'm not sure what you're getting at. What does asking about the apartment have anything to do with your finances?
Well, since I'm giving you Tyler, I wonder if you can give the apartment to Tilly in return.
What? Why would I give my apartment to Tilly? In return? Tyler isn't an item that we can just trade.
Well, you said you're getting a new house anyway. If Tilly moves into the apartment you're not using, then how good would it be if she too can be closer to her work? My son is very, very capable, Sophie. So capable enough that his finances have been providing very well for me. But now I'll be losing those finances. And since I've given him to you, could you not give the same amount back to me? If you give it to Tilly, you can live by yourselves just like you want, and my Tilly can develop a sense of independence. It's a good idea, don't you think?
Why does she have to develop a sense of independence at my place? And you know I own the apartment, right? I paid for it myself, and even though I got a good price, it was still expensive. I'm planning on selling it when I move out. If you wanted to buy it, that's a different story than me just giving it to you.
Buy it? That's ridiculous. I'm giving you Tyler, and what do I get in return? I'm not even asking for anything, really. The apartment is going to be for Tilly. I can't see why you won't just do this for me. You should be doing this for us without question.
I'm sorry, but you know I can't believe what you're saying right now.
And why can't I say such things? I'm not someone who just sits idly all day long while her son runs off and leaves me behind. I'm not the kind of person who can let that happen. Oh, no. Of course I already have my own little place. And you and Tyler are well prepared for the future. But my poor Tilly is just working fruitlessly at a useless company. Me, you, and Tyler have absolutely no worries or concerns. But Tilly, on the other hand, well, she doesn't have an awful lot now, does she?
You know it wasn't just me who bought that place, though, right? My mom also helped me out a lot financially. I can't just give it away to whoever I like without talking to her. That's just simply not possible. I think it'd be best if I leave now. I'll sort out the bill, so please, feel free to finish your meal.
Hey, come now. Was there something funny about what I said? This isn't a joke, you know. If you don't do this for me, then I won't give you permission to marry my son. You got that?
Fine. If you don't allow it, then we simply just won't get married. I have absolutely no intention of getting married under such outrageous conditions. I can't believe this. To think I was willing to call you my mother-in-law.
Excuse me? Are you serious? I thought you loved my son. But now all of a sudden you want to break up over a little bit of money. If you're really going to be like that, then you should have just said so in the first place. Fine. Go ahead. Leave him.
Thanks, but I don't need your permission in that regard.
I can't believe you. Do as you please. If you think you can take my son and my support without giving anything in return, then you're wrong.
Sophie, what happened? Did you go and meet my mom? Yeah, I just heard the most outrageous thing you won't believe. But I'm guessing you already know what happened.
I'm so sorry. Really, I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You didn't do anything wrong. She was the one who was being selfish.
I still feel responsible for bringing you around her. You must hate me right now.
Tyler, what on earth are you talking about?
I think it's finally time to tell you about why me and my mom don't get along. And you see, my dad, he lost his business when I was just a child. After that, my mom tormented him to the point of near death, all because he couldn't earn any money. And so, one day, my dad just up and left and never came back. He was left out on the streets and nobody ever saw him again after that. She left him for dead.
What? Are you being serious? Tyler, why did you wait to talk to me about this until now?
Because it's not a big deal. There's plenty of people these days that end up like my dad did.
And, it's not exactly a nice thing to talk about.
Pardon me, but what does your dad have anything to do with what happened between me and your mom? Why did you get down on your knees?
Well, ever since I was a child, my mom would really mistreat me. I'd rather not go into the specifics, but it would get really bad sometimes.
Tyler! So that's why you two don't get along? You should have said something! If it was me, surely you'd want me to have told somebody, right? My God. But why? Who on earth would mistreat their own child? What about your sister? Did she treat Tilly badly too?
No. She treated my sister as if she was made of gold. It was only me she treated like garbage.
Did she ever give you a reason why? I mean, for what reason could she possibly need to do that to only you?
Truthfully, I'm the spitting image of my dad. She couldn't bear the sight of me as it reminded her of what she called my waste of space of a father. From a young age, she forced me to do chores. I had to prepare food almost every day, all the while beating me as I did it.
But why? Why didn't you just leave? Why did you keep on living like that, Tyler? I don't understand.
Because she would always say such things like, "You're useless just like your father, nothing about anything." So, as to not be like my dad, I didn't bother trying to set up a business. Instead, I thought that if I worked hard and got myself into a decent company, maybe my mother would actually acknowledge me.
And so? Look at you now. You're nothing like she said. It's rare to see someone your age in the kind of position you're in. Anyone would be lucky to work at a company like ours, especially with your kind of salary. Surely this is enough for her, no? What more can you possibly do?
As a result of all that, it's as if I became the bank account of the entire family. And if I'm being honest, our company isn't the first place I've worked at.
It isn't? You mean you didn't start working around the same time as me? Is it even possible to start working at a business that quickly?
Actually, due to everything going on at home, I dropped out of school early and went straight into work. I worked extra hours, gaining more experience than everyone else and making a name for myself. With this kind of experience and knowledge under my belt, I was able to get myself into a decent company. Thinking she'd be pleased, I told my mom. But as soon as I got my first paycheck, she turned up outside my work asking for money.
Is that why you never told your mom about where you're working now?
Wait, how do you know about that?
She texted me before we went out to get dinner earlier. She was being real persistent about asking our company name and address. I felt something was up after everything that's been going on lately, so I didn't tell her anything. I made something up on the spot and just didn't tell her anything. I thought there was no way she didn't know her son worked for such a good company.
What else did she say to you?
She said that you supported all of her living costs and expenses while at home, and that she's fine as long as she has you. But as a condition for taking her son away from her, she asked that I give my apartment to Tilly.
Are you serious? I'm so sorry. Really, it's my fault that now even you have to go through this. But Sophie, babe, as tough as this must be, I don't want it to come between us. I don't want us to break up. This is the first time I've ever felt loved. It's because of you. And only you, Sophie. I can take care of both of us. I mean it. I've had enough. From now on, I want to cut all ties with my mom and Tilly. As long as I have you, I feel like I can be born again and start afresh.
You've suffered so much as it is.
For as long as I've lived, I thought I'd never have a real family. But then I met you. And I thought that if I had a family, then it would feel like this. Even if it meant not giving my mom or Tilly a single dollar. Being able to provide for you and give you whatever you want made me so happy. I've lived like this for so long now. I'm not even sure what to do anymore. But even now, with all this hesitation, I feel like I'm making you suffer like I did too. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. Now that I know everything, I've made my decision. I'm 100% sure of what I want. Let's just get married, regardless of everything else.
Are you sure? You really want to marry someone as useless as me?
Of course I want to marry you. I know it's hard, but that was back then and this is now. Try to forget about the past and let's try to live happily together.
Thank you, Sophie.
Phew! Is
Is this the place? Why is no one here?
This is definitely the place. I was combing through social media for like 3 days. Anyway, once we get the apartment in my name, it's mine, right?
Well, after keeping it for a few years, we'll sell and split the money between us. This apartment will go for a sweet penny or two. But it's not just all yours to take, okay?
That's not what I was getting at. I was only asking if it's getting changed into my name. But what do we do if she doesn't give it to us? If she doesn't give it to us, then I'll simply grab her hair and pull out all of it.
Or better still, I'll just force Tyler not to marry her. Just like before, we'll be able to live well with Tyler's money and everything will be fine. I don't know why he has to go and get married. He should know his place and just stay here to give us money as we need it.
Right? It's like he's hell-bent on getting married or something.
He's so crazy about that girl that he's blocked all contact with us. And that fool managed to suddenly change his workplace flawlessly, too. He's not even come home once since he left. Without even a word, he's trying to keep us at bay with tiny slivers of cash he's been sending us. Perhaps he's gone as far as to change his phone number as well. Oh well, just like his father, his mind has been tainted and gone rotten.
It's not like I know. He's been dodging all my calls as well. I was going to buy lots of makeup with all that money this time too. There's no way I can buy all the things I want with just my money.
Let's wait a little longer. It seemed like the pair weren't going to break up when I saw him last time, so we should be fine. Oh, look! Over there! Someone's coming. Hey! Come over here! Now, just where have you been hiding my son? Oh my god! You scared the life out of me! How on earth do you know about this place?
Haven't you ever heard of anything called social media? I worked very hard to find out where this was. Come on, let my brother go. I told you to give him here.
Did you say brother? You really think of him as your brother? Listen here. I heard it all, you know. Every last bit. I know just what kind of trashy people you and your mother are. My god. You really went through all the effort of doing a background check to come here? How pathetic. The nerve of this girl! Didn't I tell you if you don't give my Tilly the apartment to not even think about marrying that son of mine? And just where have you tainted my innocent son so much so he'd be willing to cut his own family? Huh? You horrible girl. Me? Horrible? Hey, lady! Did you really abuse your son like I heard? Why should your son be responsible for your actions? Is he the one that met your husband, got pregnant, and ruined your life? I can't get rid of the thought of you abusing and tormenting your son like that. Were you trying to send him to hell or something? He was just a child. What are you talking about? It's you that's twisted my son into saying such things. I can't stand you. You're like poison to my son. Give him here. I said let him go. If not, then give me the apartment. Are you being serious? I've never met anyone who thinks they can go through life grasping at straws as you do. Get a hold of yourself. From now on, you'll have no son to fall back on when things go wrong, and I also have no intention of giving you anything in return. It's your responsibility to look after your own life. Are you seriously not embarrassed? How can you do something like this to yourself? Your poor son who just wanted to feel loved by his mom at least once. Is it really possible for someone to be so cruel and heartless? I tried my utmost best to bring him up. But when that idiot of a husband ruined his business and our home, throwing everything down the drain, I managed to deal with it all and still bring up my children. So in that regard, of course he is completely responsible for taking care of me. He needs to repay everything I did for him. For feeding him, clothing him, waking him up in the morning, raising him with such kindness. It all needs to be repaid. Pay back the entire cost of his upbringing and go. Kindness? Since when was bringing up a child considered kindness? That comes as part of the role of being a mother. It's a mother's responsibility to raise her child. And what do you mean, the cost of his upbringing? Since he was a child, you neglected him without even feeding him properly and forced him to do everything around the house.
And finally, even when he earned some money, you demanded it so proudly as though it was yours. All while making him live like that for near on 33 years. What do you intend to do? As a so-called mother, are you going to work him to the grave?
Hey, you watch who you're talking to. That's my mom you're talking about. You must really not want to get married to my brother, huh?
Regardless as to whether I get married to your brother or not, it's not like you're going to treat him like a brother, are you? Plus, it came out of your brother's own mouth that he doesn't want anything to do with you. Not mine. And why should I refer to you and your mom as anything else? She's just an evil old woman to me. Anyway, you being here is totally pointless. You're not getting this place. I already sold it just to spite you.
What? You sold this place on purpose? You're pure evil.
What a little brat. This is going to come back and bite you. Mark my words. I really doubt that, because from this moment forward, we're totally cutting you both out of our lives. I can't stand to associate myself with people who mistreat Tyler the way you two do. And it goes without saying that Tyler not having both of you in his life would be for the better. Are you serious? You think you can get rid of us that easily?
Yeah, what are you, stupid? Do you think we'll just roll over and listen to you?
You have absolutely no say in this. We've decided we want nothing to do with you, and that's final. Don't call us, don't text us, and don't come near us.
Let's go, Mom. We'll deal with these idiots later.
Tyler! We just had a run-in with that fiancée of yours, and she said you've decided to completely cut us off. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. I've had enough of you and your abuse. It's something I've wanted to do for so long. If Sophie didn't give me the strength to do it, I don't think I ever would have.
So she put you up to it? And you're just going to listen to her after everything I've done for you?
Everything you've done for me? I think you mean everything you've done to me. You've treated me like my existence was worthless for as long as I can remember. You never wanted me around and made it clear as day that you didn't love me. You always treated Tilly like she was the best thing to ever happen to you. Do you have any idea what that did to me?
It's not my fault you reminded me of your father.
I can't control that. How could you blame me for the way I look? You made me. Listen, I don't want to give this any more of my energy than I already have. I'm not changing my mind. We don't want to see you anymore, and that includes our wedding.
What? You're not letting us come to your wedding?
No, especially not after this. Knowing you, you'll definitely do something to take revenge on us. Don't bother coming. I'll make sure to let the wedding venue know not to let you in.
I can't believe I raised such a weak little baby like you. Instead of toughening up after everything I did to you, all you want to do is cry about everything. If you want to be like this, that's on you, not me. I did all that to prepare you for this cruel world. It obviously didn't work.
Of course it didn't. You did the exact opposite of how a child needs to be raised. Whatever, I'm sick of you and the way you treat me. Goodbye, and don't talk to me ever again.
Can you believe them? Especially that stupid girl. Who does she think she is? She doesn't have any power over us.
I know that. We need to make them regret their choice. Especially her for selling that apartment when she knew that we wanted it.
So what can we do? Beat them up or something? Just say the word and I'll go over there and smash them both.
No, that's too simple. We need to think of something that will really teach them a lesson. Just hurting them won't be enough.
So what should we do? Go to their jobs and make their life hell or something?
We don't know where they work, remember? How would we be able to do that? I have an even better idea. We need to really hit them where it hurts. I think we should plan to ruin their wedding.
That's a great idea. What do you want to do? Run in and start screaming? Knock over their wedding cake?
No, it has to be even better than that. And we need to think of something that they can't trace back to us. As much as I want to run up and throw mud all over her in her wedding dress, we need to keep it anonymous so they can't say we did anything.
I have a great idea. But we really have to keep it a secret and not get caught. You have to promise me that you'll keep your mouth shut.
Of course I will. Tell me what your plan is.
I need some more time to figure everything out, and then we can go over it together. Trust me, if it works out, we'll get the best revenge ever on them.
Hey, have you seen the news today? If not, turn on the TV right now.
I can't, I'm on the train. What happened?
Our wedding venue is in flames. There was a huge fire and it's still burning.
Are you serious? That's so crazy. What happened?
No one knows yet, but early reports are saying it wasn't just a freak accident. They think someone started the fire on purpose.
Wow. Who would do something like that? Especially to a wedding venue of all places. Did anyone get hurt? I hope everyone got out safely.
It was early enough that the staff weren't there yet, so no one got injured. I just can't believe it. It was such a nice place, and it was literally built just to make people happy and support the most important day of their lives.
Unfortunately, bad things like this happen all the time. There's nothing we can do about it, so I guess we just have to accept it.
You're right. Do you think you could come home early today? I just have a bit of anxiety over the whole thing.
Of course I will. I'll let you know when I'm on my way.
Hey, you little brat! Have you watched the news lately? What could you possibly want from me? I'm pretty sure I told you I never wanted to talk to you ever again. You were doing so well with leaving us alone, too.
I asked a question. Did you see what the top story on the news is right now?
Yeah. Vista Gardens burned to the ground in a horrible fire. The fire department is saying that it was arson and they're looking into possible suspects.
Yeah, that's right. What a shame it is. It sounds like someone went out of their way to make sure no one could have their wedding there.
Yeah, and that person is a monster. Who would do something like that? A wedding venue that beautiful is a place of joy and celebration for a couple's happiest day.
I guess the person who did it really didn't want people to get married there. Maybe the person who did it was wronged by a couple who was planning to get married there. Oh, come to think of it, isn't that your wedding venue? I almost forgot since you totally blocked us out of your lives like two selfish little babies.
Yeah, that's our wedding venue. Tyler and I are completely devastated.
Serves you right. Did you think you could just cut us out of your lives and think there wouldn't be any consequences? This is what you get when you mess with us. Man, I wish I could be there to see the stupid, sad look on your face when you heard the news.
Wait a second. Are you saying what I think you are? Because it sounds like you were the one that burned down the venue to get back at us. Please tell me that isn't true. I know you're a terrible person, but there's no way you would go that far to get back at us.
Well, think again, stupid. Of course it was me and Tilly. We couldn't let you go unpunished. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Or, in this case, served flaming hot.
What the hell is wrong with you? You committed a felony just to get back at us? You're seriously a psychopath. What would you have done if anyone got hurt or died in the fire? How would you be able to live with yourself?
Oh, I would have been fine with that. After all, you were the one who forced my hand. If anything, that would have been blood on your hands, not mine. This is all because you wanted to act tough and cut us from your lives. This is what you get for not inviting us to your wedding. Now you have to start all over. Or will you even be able to have one now? I bet you put in all your money for this one, but now it's not going to happen.
What are you talking about?
How stupid are you? How are you going to have a wedding without a venue? Don't tell me you're going to have it at the courthouse now, like some white trash couple would.
I hate to burst your bubble, but we already had our wedding. It was last week.
Huh? What are you talking about? Your wedding was scheduled for tomorrow. Did you think I would forget? I still remember that you had it planned for tomorrow. Yeah, it was planned for tomorrow. But after talking everything over with Tyler, we figured you would try and pull something stupid. And boy, were we right. We figured it would be better to move the date for a week earlier than planned. Luckily, the venue was still available, and we let everyone know well in advance, and no one had any issues. It was such a great wedding, by the way. Everyone had such a great time, and there weren't any problems. I'll go out on a limb and say it's because you and Tilly weren't there. You're lying. You're just saying all of that to pretend like you didn't just have your wedding ruined. What would I get out of doing that? Take a look at these pictures if you don't believe me. No! These can't be real! These are all fake pictures! Go ahead and ask your relatives if you don't believe me. I made them promise to keep quiet about the new date, but now that it's over, I don't care if they talk to you about it. No way. This can't be true. So I just burned down a building for nothing? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Your lucky arson is the only charge you're facing and not murder. I didn't just dodge a bullet when we decided not to associate with you anymore. I dodged a nuclear missile. The world is a terrifying place because it has people like you in it. You really belong in jail or somewhere far away from the normal people in society, which should be becoming a reality for you very soon. I'd enjoy your last few moments of freedom if I were you. What's that supposed to mean? You didn't snitch on me, did you? Of course I did! You're a criminal that burned down a building to get revenge on me. The cops should be coming to kick down your door any minute now. I called them the second I realized what you did, and the 911 dispatcher sounded like she's sending the whole police force to come get you. I wouldn't bother running if I were you. You're screwed as it is. No need to make it worse for yourself. Oh no! I can hear the sirens coming. You've got to help me. I can't go to jail. Plus, I was just kidding. I didn't really do anything. Whether you did or didn't isn't relevant to me anymore. Plus, I'm not the one who can decide whether you did or not. That's exactly what the police will be doing. Don't worry, I'll tell Tyler the good news. What good news? That he'll never have to see you ever again. Shortly after, the police rushed into her house and arrested her on the spot. In the process, she squirmed and even bit one of the police officers, tacking on resisting arrest and assault on a police officer on her list of charges. The police found Tilly soon after, who denied everything and tried to act tough. When they brought her in for questioning and dug into her about the fire, she broke down and admitted everything. She admitted to burning down the place because she wanted to get back at me and Tyler. On the other hand, Tyler's mom tried to deny everything, but it was pointless. I already had her confession via the text she sent me, and Tilly ratted her out. She ended up getting way harsher of a penalty than Tilly because she wasn't cooperative at all. She's facing up to 10 years in jail for what she's done. All said and done, I'm really satisfied for the way things turned out. They both got what they deserved for being terrible people, and we won't ever need to worry about them meddling with our lives again. Tyler was especially happy with the way things turned out. He's been holding back for years and finally confronted his mother. He says he owes it all to me, but I'm just glad he finally did what he needed to. Tyler and I are enjoying our married life together, and there hasn't even been one bump along the way so far. I'm so happy with our life together, and I'm really looking forward to see where the road takes us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to see more content.